Welcome to Module 3, Video 3 of the Lead Quizzes Facebook Comprehensive Guide. I'm Lindsay. Joining me today we have Donna Berry-Beiser, Lead Quizzes co-founder. Thanks for joining us, Donna Berry.
Oh, thank you for having me.
All right, so in the last video, Donna Berry showed us a little bit about targeting and looking for that audience that you want to show your quiz to and your ads to on Facebook. Now in this video, you're going to show us a few more tips and tools that we can use to get in front of a really great audience, especially if you're just starting out. So one thing you mentioned last video is using Google. Can you walk us through like Google search, what we should do to get started?
Yeah, so if you are looking to find more targeted audience to go after, what I like to do is use Google and start typing in the topics that I like to go after, especially finding influencers in that space that already have the audience and they understand their audience really well and they write content in that space. So for example, let's say if we're going after internet marketers and we're looking to run quizzes for internet marketers, what I would type in on Google is top internet marketers online and try to see what that list looks like and see what results come up in the search results. So as we take a look at the search results, we see an initial list of 15 internet marketers that Google just already pre-selected for us already. And we have...
Looking at this, I already know, at least Neil Patel. So if I was brand new to this, I wasn't sure who the top internet marketers are. This is a good way to see who is getting mentioned the most too, and you can figure out who actually is a top internet marketer versus somebody that's just getting some really good SEO right now.
So as you can see, these are already, just looking at this list already that Google's already pulled up, some of these names are very recognizable already in the space. Yannick, Neil Patel, Pat Flynn, Seth Golden. And so we have a result right here, 50 online marketing influencers to watch. And so we're just going to open that up in a new tab.
And this is coming from entrepreneurs, so it's a pretty reputable source. That's something also to look at. Is it a reputable source that is deciding if these are top influencers? Or is it just, Joe Blow who has a website that decides he wants to be number one, so he puts himself at the top? Like, this is a very
reputable source. Or he managed to hack his way to the top. But actually having the influence in the community.
Exactly. So try and look for information from reputable sources that you're familiar with. Entrepreneur is a really good one. Forbes, Success Magazine, Inc.
So as we scroll all the way down and take a look at the list, we see a couple of people on there already. We see Neil Patel at number 3. We see Rad at number 2 from Moz. So what we do is we usually try to click on the name, and most of the time it will take you to their Twitter account. So right here, it does take us to their Twitter account, and we see a link to his website, Moz, right there on the bottom left-hand side.
We also see how many followers they have. So you can actually see if they really have a big influence because people are listening to them. A lot of people want to follow them, and 377,000 is pretty large there. But like you said, let's click on his website there and see where that takes us.
And so far, since we've already started doing this research, we know we can target on Facebook. We can go after this guy that you see on the screen's name, and because a lot of internet marketers are going to be following him, and they're going to be always wanting to try to consume information from him. And the other thing that we do when we click on his website or visit his blog is it gives us a list of topics to go after that is very relevant to online marketers. So right here, like, online marketers are really interested in like SEO. So that's another bucket of like targeting that we can go after. That's gonna get you in front of internet marketers without having to actually, go after the keyword internet marketing, which might be super expensive.
And what we can do once we have this information, you had mentioned going over to Facebook and seeing if you can target them, even using Audience Insights. But basically just searching to see what else they're posting on Facebook as well as with Twitter. So if we go over to Facebook here and just type in his name, Rand Fishkin. Oh, look, he's already coming up there.
There you go, it's coming up right now.
Alright, so that's most likely his Facebook page. Oh, here we go, public figure.
Yeah, there you go.
22,259 likes. But also remember too that he has his company, which is Moz. So that's something that we can look on Facebook as well and see how many people are following Moz.
Yep.
And this one we have 235,000.
Yep, and most of them already know him already. So now we have a couple of targeting that we can go after. We can go after the influencer's fan base on Facebook. We can also target his company on Facebook, and we can also now target a list of topics that he writes about on Facebook as well. So that's one way we can use Google to like figure out different targeting options outside of Facebook audience insights. And this is really powerful, especially when you're looking to test a lot of audiences and trying to figure out what's going to work, and also trying to figure out what targeting options are going to be the cheapest for you. Because like the main targeting audiences that are available on Facebook usually tend to be expensive. So you want to get to your target audience as cost effective as possible. And one way you can really do that is using Google search to find these influencers. Then once you're on the influencer site and looking up the list of topics that they talk about on their blogs consistently, that gets a lot of comments and interactions, and trying to go after that list of topic on Facebook. And then also if they have a company that they're the face of, going after that company, make sure that company matches up with the type of people that you're trying to get. Mm-hmm. And you just start building different targeting groups based off of all of those information that you were able to collect on Google.
It also helps you to figure out what type of terminology you should be using. So making sure that you're speaking to the audience in the correct way, and you're using buzzwords that they're familiar with and that they're associating themselves with. Something else that I like to do when I go to their pages is scroll down. A lot of these people, they'll do podcasts or they'll do interviews with other influencers. So it's a good way to find what are some other influencers, because a lot of them, they try and talk to each other, learn from each other, and find more people that you can target.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll also add is just being able to browse through all of these like content on Google. It gives you an idea of what type of copy you should be writing for your ad and what really resonates with them. And you can figure out the problem with your target audience and how your quiz can help solve those problems, or help you build a better quiz that speaks to them when you're running your Facebook ads. So you're likely to get cheaper clicks, you're likely to get cheaper cost per leads as well.
Yep, exactly. Well, there you have it, guys. It's a quick little overview of how you can use Google to really build your audience and to find some people to target on Facebook. Thanks so much, Don and Barry. Is there anything else that we should know before we let you go here?
Always be testing.
Always be testing. All right, there you have it, guys. From the expert, Don and Barry Visor. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you guys in the next video.